Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Video Gamer UK podcast. This week we've got an episode about Xbox predictions. Now, those of you listening to the podcast now will know that in about 24 hours-ish, they're going to announce the new Xbox at a big fancy tent. Yeah, they've put up an actual tent for it, haven't they? It's like camping, but with technology. The gazebo of prophecy.
I think the official term is a gazebo.
Yeah, Sony rent a ballroom.
Gazebo.
The prophesied gazebo is here, and the next generation will rise. Exactly. But yeah, we've, as those of you who've been following us for a little while will know, we kind of did a PlayStation 4 bingo card before they announced the PS4, and we thought it'd be fun to do again, but this time we've done an interactive podcast. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, then you can also go to the YouTube and you can see the actual bingo card and you can have a look and play along with us. But if you're watching on YouTube, then you'll see that the sections will light up as we go through, so you can scrub through the footage and find the bits that you want to.
It's the future, man.
It's almost interactive.
Say what you see. Say what you see.
Say what you see. Hands on the door.
It's not a catchprise.
Numbers on the door.
Because anyone now goes, oh man, I play catchphrase, not catchphrase.
11.
Actually, quite good. I'm actually quite impressed.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so first things first on our little card of joy that we think might pop up in the conference. Awkward Connect kids.
I'd put money on this. This will happen.
I think out of all of the ones on this card, if anything's going to happen, it's going to be Awkward
But saying
Connect
that, it depends how they... I mean, we've got Connect... Is this our Connect 2.0 or is that coming later as well? This is this
later
one,
on, yeah.
It is later on, okay. So, but basically, if they have looked at Connect and thought, you know what, we need to make this more of a, not a gimmick and integrate it more into the console, then maybe it'll be more...
It's always going to be
awkward teenagers.
Awkward teenagers going like, I'm on Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Now I'm playing it with my eyes.
But there'll be some awkward, adolescents.
I just remember last year with the Disney kids playing the Disney Connect going, I'm flying. Collect the coins. And I was just like, come here, Skittles. Someone's parents couldn't afford a proper drama school, could they? It was just the most dire acting.
But again, is there any good kid actors? I mean, there's like, a handful you could probably name, and all the rest are just terrible.
Yeah, it's true. Just keep kids out of it. Don't work with children or animals.
I can't believe they... I mean, I don't say this with much assurance, but I don't think they would focus too much on the kids.
You know what frightens me the most?
Reveal.
I've got no idea what they're going to do.
Really?
And that's actually... I mean, we've got a lot of jokes in it, and if you are looking at the bingo card, you'll see it's possibly a lot of it a little bit downbeat, but that's because... And obviously tongue-in-cheek as well, but it's more that with Sony, nothing really surprised me massively. It was kind of what I was expecting, and not in a bad way. But with this, I've got no idea. Because obviously a few years ago, they did the whole thing at E3 with ponchos and floating silver balls So they've done the whole experiential thing of trying to get Connect and being like, ooh, and then they did the whole family thing. Yeah. And now I just don't know where they're at.
I wonder whether they'll have reacted to the way Sony did it, because the way Sony did it was pro gaming.
Pure games, yeah.
And I think everyone always expected Microsoft to be this kind of family entertainment thing, and I wonder...
Maybe they'll.
I'm not sure they'll do that anymore.
You know what? I'm going to be controversial. If they, in a way, I wouldn't mind if they did do that, because it makes my purchase decisions easier. If Microsoft go, look, we're for everybody now, we're a family machine, I can just shake their hand and go, thanks.
It's been fun, yeah.
I had a really good 7 years or whatever, but I'll go play the games machine now. Thanks very much, Microsoft.
Absolutely. Next up on our bingo card of doom, we have Oh No, Always Online.
Yikes.
And that's in caps, because this has been rumoured for a long time, but
I don't think it's
going to happen.
I don't think it will.
But
so that's why we put on our predictions.
That's why it's in caps.
No, but it's like, people do think it could happen, so it has to be
A
discussed.
lot of people are convinced it is going to happen. And if it does happen, then my response will very much be, oh no, Always Online. Oh no.
I do think that the EA announcement last week that the online pass is dying does mean something
that they've got,
not awesome is about to happen.
I think it'll work like PC gaming. I think it'll come with a key in the box. You have to register it to your account. I think that's how it'll work.
That is an online pass. That means
no, but it would work in the same way to an online pass, but it would activate the whole game rather than just the online side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're going to do.
But if that's what they do, that's what they do. I mean, I know it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It sucks that we wouldn't be able to buy second-hand games anymore.
Well, they could always resell a license. Like you could,
But I think also the fact that the retail games, I've said this many times, but I think the fact that retail games prices have become higher and higher and have kept slipping up, I think that's because the fact that retail has been really taking a mick with pre-owned.
Yeah.
And it's not even... Pre-owned went from being a nice option that if you didn't mind having a tatty case, you could get a game cheaper, to being... They stopped stocking new games, and they stopped new games for a week, and then just pre-owned. And the whole store was just...
I would take that. I would take, not always online necessarily, but no pre-owned And, the RRP drops by a tenner or 15 quid or something.
They'll be pre-owned.
They've got to compete with Steam for that. If they can't match Steam's prices, then
I think they should be able to.
But PC games have always been cheaper than console games, haven't they?
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, but that's because I think that is because.
But you'd take it if it dropped to 30 to 40 quid on console.
They're not going to drop the console tax.
I think the difference is that you can
need their margin.
Yeah, but I think the difference is you can get away with it, like
because there's no second-hand games.
Yeah,
so.
if I mean, also there's no distribution, and we've seen that obviously. Like even Square Enix were experimenting a little bit, being like you can download Sleeping Dogs for like a tenner on Xbox Live.
Yeah,
I think that there's no reason you can't do that, because if you take away the overheads of shipping stuff out, it means if you say, well, we can sell 1 million copies for a tenner each, then that's 10 million quid.
Yeah.
In like a
I
weekend.
think they'll still rely on the marketing support from the retailers, though. That's the thing. So I don't know if they'll drop it.
Yeah, let's face it. They'll keep it at 50 quid and say, "Screw you, can't buy it second hand anymore." And so if you want to play games, you got to buy it anyway. And they will. People will.
Yeah, but I reckon they'll do good online deals as well. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
People will be annoyed, but yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end of the Xbox 360, they had that big sale where they were trying to play around with the idea, see how successful it'd be. If you can get that downloadable store more competitive, then I'm completely cool with that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they've totally been gearing up for it in the past like couple of months. We've seen PS Plus have been doing they've been really ramping up what PS Plus is, because you can kind of tell that's going to be a central selling point, the console, and fair play. Whereas Xbox,
I'd be surprised if Microsoft don't do something similar.
Well, that's the point we'll get onto in a minute, actually.
Right.
But next in the list of things we predict. Dogs.
Year of the dog.
Yeah.
Is that a Chinese thing? Is there a year of the dog?
Probably, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
It's got all dragons, dogs, everything. Literally all of the animals.
Yeah. So it's the year of the dog.
Yeah, we had bows and arrows last year. It was all bow and arrow. This year, dogs. Saw it here first, right?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Dogs. Next up. So have you got a point about dogs?
No, I agree. I think I've just got a feeling that...
I worried you were going to go say no cats, and I was like...
No, never. The year of the cats is one. This is too early.
That'd be insane.
We're not ready for that.
How could you predict something like that? That'd be madness. Next up, we've got Xbox Live Mega Gold. Now, I think you were about to go on to this, weren't you, Dave?
I think they'll have had to have looked at PlayStation Plus and seen what Sony are doing there. I mean, obviously, with the future of cloud gaming and things like that, I wouldn't be surprised even if it was just original Xbox games that you could stream through rather than the Xbox 360. I think they'll do something there.
It does kind of feel like, I mean, they must be doing their market research for this as well, that I've definitely over a period of 10 years gone from being like, I'm super happy to pay 40 quid a year. I think Xbox Live is an awesome service, because it was. You know, in the early days, you got your voice chat.
Yeah.
All your games just work.
I'm with you. I know what
Simplicity, it was brilliant. But now I'm the complete opposite. It's got to the point where like the service that PC stuff like Steam is offering, and the fact that you can just do Steam and Skype, and even the fact that like the voice quality when you're using your Xbox headset sounds like it's been like drilled through a wall and bashed with a hammer.
They've got Skype now, obviously. I imagine they'll address that with the next Xbox. We'll have to. That'll be.
I mean, I just don't see why I can't play games with crystal clear chat and all this social stuff.
I imagine you will.
I know, but it's just the thing of paying 40 quid a month for it a year now. It seemed really good, but now it feels like a massive jip, especially when it's like if you want separate accounts.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know who are like couples and they both play Xbox Live. You've got to pay 80 quid.
I think my worry is those that if they look at what PlayStation's doing and they say, oh, we'll add in free games. How much Xbox Live going to cost? 60 quid? 70 quid? Like they'll push the price up because they think Xbox Live is fair.
Well, this is what I write Mega Gold, because basically I don't mean Mega Gold. I mean like it'll probably click like Diamond or Platinum or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do wonder if their answer to it will be to have, maybe if they knock down the price of Xbox Live to like 30 quid and then make it so for 45 or 50.
Yeah.
How much is PS Plus a year? Is it 40?
Same price as
it's 40, but
you get shit online.
It's quite easy to get cheaper versions, and they do lots of deals and stuff.
Yeah.
And remember, you need Xbox Live Gold even to use things like Netflix
and
stuff like that, which is a major thing.
That's fair enough, though. I get that. I understand.
But Sony doesn't charge that.
Yeah, no.
If you're thinking, I want a Netflix box,
I get why Microsoft do that, though. But don't forget that Microsoft does do online better. That is the truth. I still find playing online on PlayStation and
virtual network stuff is
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
I think the biggest problem that Sony have had is the fact that everyone's embedded in now with the Xbox, and everyone's like, all your friends are there. But actually, for me, that's changed. I haven't switched on my Xbox for months. It used to be that all my mates were playing Xbox. I'd play Xbox with my mates on that. But the party system just became a bit unwieldy.
It wasn't really
good. At the time, it was awesome, but
anyone can just jump in your parties if you forget to change it to. Yeah, and it's very easy to forget that, and then some random you have to kick them out.
Yeah,
and
it's
they hate
a bit
you
awkward.
And you have a row.
I actually had an awkward thing like that where I was playing some playing some online games. I think I was playing Bad Company with a couple of people from the games industry, quite a senior, and we were just having a chat about like industry stuff. And then we realised after about 10 minutes, there's just some dude sitting in our party, and I was like, "Who's that? Do you know that guy?"
Amazing.
And he's like, "No, I don't know." And we're like, "Oh, fuck." It's like properly like, mate, you've got to leave now, and can you not repeat any of that stuff?
Yeah, do you think if the PlayStation doesn't have a subscription, the Xbox does, will it have a large impact on sales? Because when you read online, you see that it's a huge deal for a lot of people. But I'm not sure the wider audience, like how much...
Well, I think that it's more a case of... And I think at the moment you've seen Sony gearing up to do that. But I think they're going to make a big deal of it. And I think at the moment you can really see they're experimenting and they're testing the water. But I think it's such an... I mean, the thing is with these things is you've got so few really easy sells with stuff like this. And really, if you can just say PS4, when you get your online thing, or Xbox Live, you just get online. With ours, you get free games every month. You can play loads of free games.
Yeah,
you can buy a PS4.
You have to go like for like with that, really, don't you? But do you? I don't know if you... I mean, you should do. But I don't think Microsoft live in the same...
No, they don't. They don't.
I think they have a very set idea. I don't blame them because half the time it works. And a lot of people go, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I think, if anything, I want the big push to be digital games just because I don't want box games anymore. I'm done with box games.
Well, I think if they had a big set, if their big push with Sony was just going PS4, you get free games with it. Yeah. Imagine if they did it so with PS4, when you bought a PS4, you got 6 months of PS Plus for free.
Yeah.
And they literally say to you,
month,
you can buy this and you won't have to buy any games. You'll be able to play free games every month.
But the problem is downloading them, isn't it? They're going to be massive.
Well, internet's pretty... I mean, the problem with internet now is it's super fast at the moment, especially in the UK.
Rubbish. I got rubbish internet, yeah.
It's not consistent. That's the problem, is you can't do always online stuff. Yeah. But actually, with downloads, it's not that bad anymore.
That's true. You could
it's
leave
the hard drive space that's a bigger problem for me, I think.
They're all going to
I like to have my games accessible. But then if I run out of hard drive space, I've got to start deleting.
Surely we're looking at terabyte. Surely they're all going to be terabyte, though.
I must admit, I've downloaded and installed Guild Wars 2 like twice now, and I feel like I'm chopping down trees because it's a 20 gig download. And then I just go, I don't have room for it anymore, I'll delete it. And then a couple of weeks later I go, I've got room now, I'll download it again. It's like, my God, I can just see the black smoke coming out of my house.
Like even Battlefield 3, this gen with all the updates, it's like 25 gigs or something.
That's what I mean. Next gen is surely going to be massive.
But that's bigger than the original Xbox 360 launched with, 20 gigs. That was 20 gigs.
Yeah, that's quite
what?
True.
Now I can fit a terabyte in my pocket. Not showing off, but I can.
Pleased to see me.
Yeah, I'm just mildly pleased to see you. That's how small they are these days. Enough about that. So next up we got 720 followed by 1080 because obviously then it's like a kickflip switch.
No 4K?
I was thinking about 4K, but I'm
not sure.
Numbers.
I don't think it will be.
I mean, these are just down to the naming conventions, really. We did have some more points on this eventually, but I'm just intrigued what they're going to call it. 720 seems to be what it's been called for ages, but...
This should be the Xbox 360. The last one should have been the Xbox 180.
Oh, I thought we were talking resolutions.
No.
Oh,
720?
I'm on the technical side. Right, yeah.
I went 720, 1080 just because I've got a bit Tony Hawk's on my head.
Yeah.
Xbox 360 makes no sense. It means you've started off where you begun.
Yeah.
Same console.
I don't think there is a sensible next name, is there?
Yeah, but we always everyone dissed the Xbox 360. Now it's the best name ever.
Yeah, but I call mine the Xbox.
That's fine too.
But do you remember Wii? Well. Everyone was like, "What the flip?" And it ended up being huge.
Yeah.
So
the rumours of Infinity, isn't it now?
I don't believe that.
I think they just call it Xbox.
I think they'll just call it Xbox.
I agree.
Like iPod, iPad.
Because there was a point
the new Xbox.
There was a point last year when I think
very smart.
I think Obama mentioned Xbox. And he said,
really?
Obama just in the speech said, I know all kids playing on their Xbox. And you can tell that somewhere a room of Microsoft people were punching the air and kissing each other with joy.
That's what they've done this gen, isn't it? You don't play video games, you play Xbox.
It's Xbox.
They attacked the sort of casual space and they won. They won massively.
They've just, that name, that word has just been so culturally ingrained now. I'm playing Xbox. That actually I think they could just say Xbox. And people would be like, well, you can't just call it Xbox because we already had Xbox. But I think that actually...
Of course you can.
No one would care.
You definitely can. You definitely can. Like,
I'd love it if people go, you can't call it Xbox, and they go, why not?
Yeah,
just did.
So screw you, get out of my house.
Just did that, mate.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like, if you go to some sort of more casual sports sites, they don't call it MMA, they call it UFC.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone UFC Towers goes, it's like that. It's not that intense with video games, but a lot of people say, do you play Xbox? Not do you play games? Do you play Xbox?
Do you play Xbox, yeah.
They won.
So it'd be mad. I love it if they call it something really weird, like just call it Infinity. And I was like, what?
Okay. Boo.
What are you doing?
Get off stage, Bowser.
Next up, Halo Chief. Now, do you think we're going to see another Halo Chief game?
I think we might.
I don't think it'll be there tomorrow, but I think it'll be at E3. Oh, they may mention it tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Show it at E3.
I reckon they'll go, and they'll have a 5 on the screen. And then people will go, yeah?
I think they'll close it with a tease.
Excellent. Like they did at E3 2011, was it? When they had the Halo 4 thing. He goes, and I'll leave you with this. And he walked off, and everyone went, yeah! And I sat there going, it's just not a Halo game. I like Halo a lot, but, obviously, that makes perfect sense.
I reckon Don Matrick will rip his nice shirt off and they'll have a tattoo. No, he'll have a tattoo of Cortana's face on his chest, so big that his nipples will be her eyes. And then he'll just go, 5!
I bet you they have a man dressed up as Master Chief there. So I think it's really cool, but it'd actually be really embarrassing. With some awkward connections.
Just one last thing. Got a little friend of ours. Hey, it's an actor in a suit. Hey, kids.
Takes his helmet off, his Usher.
Yeah.
Master Chief.
Happy Easter from Xbox. Happy Easter, Xbox.
I would love that so much. Just goes, yeah, starts dancing. That'd be the best.
New Halo DLC for Dance Central 3.
Our Xbox reveal's much better than theirs already.
I would love it. Imagine if the entire Xbox reveal is just a demo of Dance Central 4. With Usher.
Do you know what? I would respect them so much. It's just 2 fingers up to everyone. We'll tell you when we fucking want to tell you, assholes.
You want video games?
Yeah.
You can't have video games.
Wait till E3.
We're doing other stuff.
5 minutes long. Here's some DLC for Dance Central 4, and then say you want to see come back at E3. That's how we do it.
I reckon Chris is right, though, actually. Or whoever said it might have been you, actually. If I think that what they'll do... It might have been Dave. Fuck it.
Someone said it.
Somebody said it, and that's what matters. I reckon this will be really kind of focused on the games and gamers, because E3 is when you get the mainstream media attention. And so I reckon what will probably happen is we'll probably walk away from tomorrow going, actually, it looks quite cool. And then they'll have another keynote at E3, and we'll go, oh, fuck off, because it will be like, Nike. Kids.
I think there'll be more games at E3. I think this will focus really on what the console does.
Yeah, they said on Friday, it was on Major Nelson's podcast, they said, this is about the console and the team behind the console.
Great.
We're inviting people to take an inside look at the team.
They better not get that cock end with the sunglasses out.
That's why they've invited people to Redmond.
Oh, no, I like Sundo, whatever his name is. What's his name? That's his name?
Yoda.
Not Suda.
It's like Sundo.
Kudo.
Yeah, I like Kudo. I interviewed him. He's a really nice bloke.
Well, I'm sure if you met him in real life, but when you see him just on the big screen...
Anyone that wears sunglasses indoors instantly creates problems. But I did meet him once. He was a top guy. He was so nice.
Fair enough.
I played Connect Sports with him and The Wanted.
Was he wearing sunglasses?
Remember The Wanted?
That's what you mean to remember. They're massive now in America.
Are they?
They've got a song called Walk Like Rihanna. Wait a minute, what? I hate those guys. I'm coming for you, Wanted.
Yeah. He's coming.
I'm coming.
He just left the room. We've got a radio mic on, but while he's recording the rest of his podcast, be aware that he is in fact in a cab on his way to an airport.
No, I like Kudo because I asked him some proper asshole questions, really, and he answered everyone. He answered everyone. He wasn't angry about it. He's like, all right, fair enough. I said I think Connect's a gimmick, and I can understand why you'd say that. I don't agree, and here's why. I liked him. He was a good guy.
Fair play.
But he does wear sunglasses on stage, so it's a bit up and down.
Yeah, ups and downs. Next up, we've got Steve Ballmer loses it.
Definitely.
Which is really, isn't it?
I do love him, though, because he's mental.
But he is like a wind-up toy, and I'm worried that one year somebody's going to wind him up too tightly.
He blows up.
He's just going to erupt. He's going to go, yeah!
Is Matrix, or have he's practically stupid and doing the whole thing? We don't know, do we?
Don Matrick?
Yeah.
Don't know. Who knows?
So they could all be there. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because could happen. Next up, will they actually show the console?
Yeah. Guaranteed.
I got a feeling they will, but they
because Major Nelson took the piss out of Sony not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they made a big deal out of saying they didn't.
But
I think it will look very similar to what we're used to. I don't think it's going to look like, when the Xbox first came out, it's like, oh man, that's really different.
You know what I reckon it's going to look like? I recken it's going to look a bit Apple.
Yes.
I reckon it's going to look smoother and shiny.
Because they're just ingrained in a wall with them now, aren't they?
White or black?
White.
Always white. Yeah, they love.
Really, but they've gone black with the slim Xbox.
True, but white is your neutral, sit in your living room colour, isn't it? It'll always be white.
The black ones do look cooler.
Wii U, white is fresh. Black. I reckon they'll go white.
I think the one they show to the public is white because that's your neutral. Sits in your living room, works with your nice beige walls that everybody loves and your sofas.
What about pastel blue?
Oh, pastel blue, maybe interesting. I like that. Nice mauve.
Just green. Just bright snot green.
Just red. Or maybe they'll do that classic Nintendo trick of showing it in about 18 different colours and then releasing one. Yeah. That always pisses me off, that. With the Wii, it was like, you can get it in lime green. I'm like, I am totally buying a lime green Wii.
Never happened.
Where are they? Yeah. Fucking nowhere. Bollocks.
It's so point. It's a waste of everybody's
time,
annoying. Isn't it? You've got someone to mock that up even though it doesn't exist.
They eventually released image, the red Wii, and I thought, oh, that looks really nice. But they released it so late after release. I'm done with that. Yeah. It's dead in the water.
That's true.
Next up, sports with a Z.
Is this going to be tied in with one of the other
FIFA,
awkward
definitely.
Kinect demos
EA.
as well?
Yeah, but what interests me is the fact that because this event is happening in the US, but there's also a event in the UK, which is basically the same content. I'm wondering, like, are they going to do the Madden thing? Because you can imagine if there's a room full of UK press and they did start doing a talk about Madden to them, it'd be like, really?
Yeah, that's stretch.
Because they always show off Madden.
FIFA, you're right, it'd be Madden. It
and
FIFA,
Madden,
right,
it's like, who gives a fuck?
Which I was talking to Tom about this earlier.
All right, fair enough. You do. That's the question answered.
I'm over here in the corner.
See, me and Tom came to the conclusion that FIFA was the bigger global brand now. Like, in the past, it was always Madden.
If Microsoft, the US company, do an event in the US, they just instantly go Madden, don't they?
I'm not even sure EA Sports will turn up.
I think I've got a feeling that might be safe for E3 actually, but
there wasn't really much EA presence at the PS4 thing, was there?
No, I know, and you know what? I'd have said that was because they're going to announce Battlefield for next gen
maybe
at this, but now I'm thinking it's just
if they don't appear at either, then maybe EA have got into bed with Apple.
It's not Nintendo, is it?
Applefield.
Oh!
Cheers for coming, Dave. It was lovely seeing you.
If you just leave your name and details by the door, we'll get back in touch with you. Thanks for your time.
Applefield sounds like a terrible Facebook game.
It does.
From the makers of Farmville.
Applefield.
Applefield bad croppany.
Next up, home fitness rubbish.
God bless you.
I'm sorry, I'm pushing on, Dave.
Yeah. I don't think they can. Not yet. Not soon, but not yet. I mean, what was the worst? I think that died a death when you had Mel B's fitness.
I bought that. Get Fit with Mel B.
You did not buy it.
I did. $5.
Dave, come on.
Didn't get fit, did I?
Did you get any of the achievements?
No, they're so bloody hard. It's like do 2,000 sit-ups. I can't even do one.
That's one of the few times where I would have been happy if you'd sat down and got all the achievements.
Yeah.
You'd be ripped like Jesus.
Yeah, I would. No,
that's a great thing.
No, I think if they do mention it, it'll be in passing. Like Connect 2.0 is going to be great for sports and fitness games. That'll be it.
They'll probably put a Nike logo on the screen.
Yeah.
Bloody Nikes.
Yeah. Beckham will be there or something.
Yeah. Hello, I'm David Beckham. Xbox. Bye.
£30 million. Cheers, mate.
Very realistic cars.
Definitely.
I should hope so.
100 million%.
I pretty much wrote exactly the same thing on the PS4 prediction thing, just because it's so boring, but it's so definitely going to happen.
People go, oh, it's so shiny.
They already look like photographs. I just don't give a toss.
Yeah,
just come to me like when we got spaceships that look like that. Just think, God, it's video games. Can we have like a Ferrari going through a gauntlet for blades or something?
Cars, guns, and soldiers, isn't it? That's what video games are.
What racing games do you think?
Forza Motorsport.
Tom is really hopeful in the office that PGR 5
is going to come back. We'll get into that later. It's going to come back.
He's getting very enthusiastic.
And then finally we can play racing games again.
So quickly, subscription stuff. Do you reckon there's any credence to the idea? Because I know they've toyed with the idea of Xbox subscription in the States,
contract type thing.
Yeah, so you get it for free, but then you're locked in.
Yeah. Again, I think if they're going to do it, they'll handle the specifics later.
Yeah,
but it'll be in passing, or maybe you can use our new. That'll be it. And it'll be like, what does that mean?
Because that could work around the whole Xbox Live Gold problem.
Well, the thing is, I like it so much for something like Netflix. I don't see why I wouldn't buy into it with video games, depending on the cost of what it did. But I think there's definitely some room for it to not be terrible. So that'd be interesting.
Usher, the game.
Well, yeah,
I think it's going to happen.
It's going to be there.
Because they've done loads of stuff with Usher recently, so it makes sense.
It's weird because he's not that relevant anymore, is he?
No, he's not.
So like you have to get I don't know who's relevant music anymore. I listen to stuff in the 80s.
Jesse J.
Yeah. Oh god.
No.
But yeah, someone like you go, okay.
Jesse J, I don't want it to be alive. I don't really want it to die, but I really wish it didn't exist.
Yeah, just literally vanishes one day.
Gone. She's gone. Never mind. Who was she anyway? I don't remember.
But I would
Who was the woman married to Russell Brand? Katy Perry. Could be Katy Perry.
Katy Perry's all right, I think. I've got a bit of time for her. She seems to be vaguely smart.
I don't massively like her, but yeah, I don't hate her. So.
Whereas like Jessie J, we don't care about cash. We just want to make the world dance.
Yeah,
£60 a pop to see her in concerts, though. So sure, you don't care about money. You lying horror.
Glad you said horror then.
Of course, so am I. Backwards compatibility.
No.
I think it's going to happen.
I think
either.
you have to buy your Xbox games like on the virtual store, whatever it's called.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's absolute bollocks, but they always do it.
Yeah. But I mean,
there might be some sort of license thing. Put the disc in, pay like £10 to get.
I can't get that mad because everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it. So, and what games am I really going to want to play from the Xbox 360? I mean, I'm done with them now.
I'm going to be honest. Every time I get angry about this and go, "Oh, why isn't there backward compatibility?" and then I keep, and I just got my house is just full of boxes of old games.
You never play.
Never ever play. I've got Power Stone. I keep thinking, I'll play some Power Stone. I never will.
Yeah.
I never will.
Yeah, I've got a problem with it.
Has the Xbox always been the better one for backwards compatibility?
It was this time.
Yeah.
Then they got rid of it.
Well, no, it was the other way around, wasn't it? PS3 was compatible with PS2, and then because it was hardware.
Did that for Xbox?
They had tech inside.
Yeah, Xbox was this weird. It worked with some games because it was emulated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it was only for certain titles, but
I don't think.
Well, I wonder if the architecture will be so similar with the next gen that they might be able to do it easier.
Well, there were rumours that there'd be like an Xbox Mini, which would be a super low cost standalone piece of hardware that plays 360 stuff, and then that would also connect to the next gen.
So that sounds like a terrible.
So you could all play it through the same console, essentially.
Like
it would be an extra.
Oh, just like that HD DVD drive they had for the.
I don't know though.
That did really well.
Imagine they released like.
I still own an HD DVD.
I don't know, £80, £100 Xbox at Christmas, Xbox 360.
Yeah,
that you could also hook up.
£80 to play your old games.
I'd rather just keep my
but it
Xbox
would
360
function.
in the
It would
room for a
function as a
while.
standalone Xbox as well for people who haven't got a 360.
I guess.
You see what I mean? But it just hooks up.
Yeah, okay, all right.
That's the rumour.
I
That
don't
was
see
a
them selling
rumour.
it.
Who knows?
Sounds a bit bonks to me.
Maybe.
But
Add-ons never do very well, do they?
No.
HD DVD
Most of them just
drive.
don't come out, basically. Alan Wake 2, Alan Harder.
Nice.
That's obviously been provisionally titled for a long time. Had lots of rumours.
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's big
Not
enough to pop out a reveal, but I think maybe E3 have a little.
What about if they just come on with a torch and go,
what do you think it is? What do you think it is?
See you free.
Maybe sponsored by Duracell.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh God! Imagine that, can you?
It would happen.
controversial?
I think maybe something at E3. And I like Alan Wake. It's just not a very big game in terms of blockbuster make people go. It was, and then they ruined
Do
it.
you think they're even doing a sequel?
Yeah.
Or would they be doing a new IP?
In terms of first party and stuff, what do you reckon? Maybe some Crackdown, actually.
Who would make it? Because Ruffian are all dead, aren't they?
Let's Rise.
They didn't do a very good job in the last game, did you? Now you have to die.
Come this way.
There's Rise, which is that Connect Gladiator game.
I think they'll show that at E3.
I think that'll be E3.
I
yeah.
think in first party, the only thing you can really bust out that makes people genuinely excited is Halo.
Yeah.
Gears, they
Maybe
might tease
Gears,
a
but I
Gears.
think it's too soon. Since I know Halo's only 6 months ago, but that was 3 months ago.
No, but it wasn't a real one, was it?
Isn't it?
It wasn't a real one.
Gears
that's true.
1 was definitely a kind of
I guess in
placeholder.
terms of, but then you know what they need, because Gears, the whole thing, the reason Gears was so
was
cool
new.
is it was new and it looked new. It was like, what the flip is this? And it was by Epic, and obviously we knew Epic were badass from Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. So they need that. They need something
new again, yeah.
Again, do they get the reveal? Probably not. That's probably more of an E3 thing. But they need that big new IP where you go, I've never seen anything like this.
I don't know,
in my
because
entire
obviously
life.
they had Killzone, which was just blue and orange.
That's true.
That was newish.
Yeah, but no one got excited about it. Really.
No, well,
Yeah, it did make me think the PS4. That was when I started getting upset with the PS4 conference. I was like, oh, it looks like push X to push C4. I was like, I've done this. I've done this 1,000
the
times.
tears start to fill your face.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, oh God, rope swinging balls.
Yeah.
Exclusive Call of Duty DLC.
Yes.
This was one of yours,
Guaranteed.
Simon, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Surely.
it seems
like,
pretty much like
it's worked for you so far. Why stop it now?
Well, the deal's still on, isn't it? Doesn't the deal carry on for another few years anyway?
Probably, yeah.
I think it
And
does. I've heard that.
They're showing some ghost stuff, right? That isn't that.
Yeah, they're all
Ghosts.
Activision and Microsoft.
Well,
are like-
then it's very likely, isn't
yeah,
it?
and they should do it because it makes you a lot of money. I don't
Yeah.
buy COD DLC, but
No,
if
but-
it works, keep doing it.
Yeah, that seems to be like that. You can probably take that one off already. Really,
Yeah,
just the fact they've said they're going to be there.
Exactly.
It's not as if they're going to stand up on the stage and go, "We're glad to be here," and I want to tell you something. Xbox can dick off.
And they won't.
We
even
hate those guys.
They won't even mention it's coming out for the PS4
Yeah.
either.
No.
They'll do other next generation machine or something like that.
They won't
you
even
know.
do that, I wouldn't have
Probably
thought.
not. No.
Right.
So, yeah.
Next up, we have somebody coming onto the stage and saying Xbox, Bing, and then something nonsensical like
Sod off, Bing.
like Glee Series 3
Made in
exclusive on Bing.
Jennifer Aniston. That's what I do.
Xbox, Bing, Jennifer Aniston. I imagine that's what you
Topless.
do, Dave.
Will they do anything with Bing? I'm going to go no. I don't think Bing will turn up.
Really?
Because I think everyone thinks Bing's a joke anyway.
I think they'll mention Bing at least
Do Microsoft
once.
know that everyone thinks it's a joke?
Of course not. They can't do. They have to pretend that it's the fact that people say, "Oh, Google that." Should just
Yeah.
make. Should be the big. All the sign they need to know is that don't bother competing in the search engine
Bing
market.
that.
I'll Google. That's what people say. I will search the internet. I will Google that. And people don't think. They don't even think of Google. They think I was going to search for something online. They've won.
I suppose but Google will have its day. There will be that point where people will shift away from it, and it might not be for another 10 years or something. Oh, definitely. It's like with anything. There will come a point where, for whatever reason,
time will come.
Because the reason that Google became,
I think Google's going to take over the world.
Well, they are, but that's why people will start to use something else.
Well, that's true. Because everyone gets angry, don't they?
I think the thing about Google, why it was awesome at the start, is all the other ones were so clogged up with advertising and nonsense that Google was just like simple, fast, nothing else. And you can see it's already gradually getting a bit into the whole like full of adverts.
Because they win, don't they? So they can do whatever they want now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, winners spoils. Connect 2.0.
Yes.
You'll be able to control games with your mind
within the first 10 minutes. I would say at least a mention of it because it's built into the console. This is me speculating, obviously.
Yeah,
it's built into the console. It's not only is it the thing that we were supposed to have last time before they balked it and took everything out. It's all of that and more.
Yeah.
This is. They probably even call it Connect Real or something. Do you know what I mean? Like
when you say it's built into the console, what do you mean?
Be in the console.
What, an actual camera inside the console hardware?
It'll like pop up like a periscope.
Yes. And it'll be
so. People don't always have their console.
This is
where
what I'm going to say, but it'll be so technology advanced that you can put your console anywhere. As long as it's facing you, it can find where you are.
Yeah, I reckon it'll have a really wide angle lens, so it will just be able to have the whole room. And I reckon it'll be sick as biscuits.
They've got to go all out with it. Yeah. Let's not forget, when we first saw Natal, I don't think anyone went, that shit. Everyone went, really? That's really quite interesting. Yeah. If they actually do it properly now, imagine that. It's in your console. You can put it anywhere. You haven't got to do this weird, make sure it's at eye level crap that nobody can do. It'd be amazing. Well, not necessarily amazing. Depends what they do with it.
No, I think it will be amazing.
But from a technological point of view, it'd be really cool.
Because I think what basically the way to look at it is, do you remember the promise of the Wii and the reality of the Wii were two totally different things? It was because basically what they said they wanted to do with the Wii and what we thought they could do with it, the tech wasn't quite there, and it meant that it was disappointing. And the same is true of Kinect. But the thing is, the technology, and you look at all the stuff that geeks are just doing with it, like on the side, the technology is there.
Yeah.
It's just that the hardware wasn't right this time, and the fact that you had to use processing power from the system, and it meant that nobody wanted to use it. But I reckon that people have been toying with amazing stuff. Yeah. All those mega geeks on YouTube who've done insane stuff, Microsoft probably hired a few of them. Yeah. And I think it's going to be like Minority Report. I really do think that they do it properly.
Everyone's always saying how cool Kinect is. It's just not when it's connected to your console, that's all.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. I think Kinect 2.0, whatever it's called, is going to be a big part of the console. But my only question is, how do they make the console affordable if you include Kinect? Does that not spiral the price?
No, because the technology is not expensive. It's just a camera, really. I think the original costs were quite high because it had to be standalone. It had to have its own little computer in it.
Yeah.
So if you can get that.
But Microsoft don't mind taking a loss for the first year or so on the console because they'll make so much money in their other divisions to the point where they're drowning in it anyway. And then in a year's time, obviously technology, the price changes and then we make money on it. So I don't think they'd mind doing that. So
weirdly, I'm kind of optimistic about it. If they do go crazy with Kinect, as much as I'm completely meh to the current version, I've got a feeling it'll be really cool. And if they do it properly, they kind of get away from this kids family fun stuff.
Well, in terms of
a little bit.
In terms of costs as well, actually, the clever thing about Kinect is that it's not really hardware; it's software. It's mainly really smart software, rather than it's not like it's got a magic camera in it. It just has
that's definitely how I see it.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, it means it's not actually expensive to build it. It's just a camera with a lens, and the really clever stuff is just giving it enough processor power to do it and having super clever software. Yeah. So actually, compared to stuff like obviously the PS3 Cell, which was just this incredibly fiddly microchip technology, it's actually really smart. But yeah, no, I hope the thing is, if it's included in all the consoles as well, it means
people will be more likely to integrate it into their games because they think, well, we're not segregating anything here.
Because that was one of the reasons that Kinect didn't get used very well properly for any big games. Yeah. Was because people quite rightly making their games go, well, what's the install base? What's the point in making a game around Kinect that then only 5 people will play?
No, that's true.
And that's why it was all like shout to reload.
It's like the last FIFA. I don't think you can make subs using Kinect. I don't think anybody knows
you can swear at the referee.
God. You get booked as well, don't you? Amazing. Yeah. That's brilliant, that is, though. That is so good.
You'd be terrible, man.
Oh, yeah? You'd get sent off.
I'm intrigued about stuff. But yeah, hopefully that Kinect will impress us this time. I'm really hoping that they'll come out and do something that will make... because I don't want to be cynical about Kinect. I think that happened, but I'm ready to be wowed again.
Yeah, they did it once before.
They walk on and say Xbox on, and the Kinect answers, welcome back, Mr. Bulmer or whoever's...
Xbox on what? Yeah. It questions.
I don't mind if you can do that, as long as it works.
Yeah.
Because I say Xbox on. Xbox on.
Yeah.
Xbox. And it's like, turn it on, exactly. Just don't do that again.
Get out of my house, Xbox. The jetpack begins. It hovers. I'll be back tomorrow, sir. Hope you have an enjoyable afternoon. Xbox butler, yeah. Social media guff.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Too much of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, the PS4 had the share button, which...
I think it'll be the same.
Whatever.
I think it'll be the same. I think
Look at this sweet
Facebook will be in
headshot.
everything.
You've got an achievement. Would you like to tweet to your friends?
Yeah.
No,
No, I
never.
wouldn't. Please don't
I
ask
block
me again.
people that used to do that.
I've actually got to the point where I want less connection to anything. I'm
Yeah.
fed up with things popping up when I'm playing games.
No offence, I don't care when someone else gets an achievement. Don't bother me.
No, I don't care about
Sorry,
that at
Dave.
all.
I think they might do some stat tracking stuff, a bit like what Raptor does, tracking your playtime, a bit like
Yeah.
what Wii U does and Wii and 3DS.
I don't care about that either. Just put it in
But
the
I just
box.
hate it. I hate it.
As an
Fair
extra, I
enough.
do quite like
Fair
it.
enough.
But
Fair enough.
I hate all the connected stuff with some of that. Even with Steam, like at the moment, I've got into a zone where I'm getting people, because I've switched off notifications so I can play a game without things popping up. I then get people being like irate with me because I'm ignoring their messages, and it's just like, I'm just playing video games.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to people. I want to play video games.
Pull the curtains, it's sunny outside,
Yeah,
I'm playing
like,
video games.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, Mum. I don't want to come out.
Do your room. No, I agree. I don't need that stuff.
How many people see that and go, you know what, I'm going to buy one of these consoles. I can update Facebook whilst I do it.
Unfortunately,
That doesn't sell anything.
I do think there's a handful of people that get excited about that.
Yeah, I mean,
As sad as it is.
well, it just send invitations to games through Facebook. I can see that happening. Like if you're
I
playing Call
block
of Duty,
everyone that does
like,
that.
I love it.
maybe
yeah.
no, but there'll be guys out there who will invite all their mates through. I'm playing Call of Duty right now. Come
That's
on, join my
yeah,
game
yeah,
on Facebook.
That's true. If you're just
So,
sitting there surfing the internet or something,
yeah,
playing
yeah.
Nintendo.
I can see that happening.
That could work. Next up, we've got, this is a favourite of mine, Viva Pinata, Revengeance.
I don't think
This
it's
is definitely going to happen.
I don't think it's that unrealistic, because I mean not the Revengeance subtitle.
You're so
but
kind.
I mean like obviously we know Rare are now pretty much a Connect studio, and that type of I don't think it'd be Viva Pinata necessarily, but that type of game is surely built perfectly if this brand new Connect technology is as good as we hope. Picking stuff up and putting it down, moving the world. That kind of game would be perfect for
You know what? Like, if they made a new Viva Pinata game with proper Connect 2.0, where you're literally like the god of a garden, moving around, doing stuff, I'd probably actively try and procreate just so I could have kids to play it with. I'd just be like, right, come on, let's have a baby. Who wants a baby? Let's do some babies.
My only reason I worry about is I don't know what Rare are anymore.
No, I almost put on here, Rare announce a game that looks good, but I thought maybe it's a bit too harsh.
But I mean, even the style of Viva Pinata is very accessible, very family friendly. I don't think it's that.
I mean, me including this on the sheet means that it's pretty impossible to get full house now, but I just want it to be true so much.
Maybe E3, or Connect Sports 3.
You're so kind not to crush my dreams, Simon. I do appreciate it. But on that note, I won't crush yours with the next one, which is PGR is back.
It's got to be back. Lucid Games keep going, be excited, and that's basically bizarre creation. So just do it. How long has it been now? When did PGR4 come out? 3 years ago?
Do you reckon Lucid are working on it then, or do you reckon
think they are? Well,
maybe they were
something.
doing something
I
similar?
don't mind if it's something. Even Blur, take Blur 2.
Oh,
Blur was
great.
awesome. Yeah. Anything that is because the reason I like Blur is it felt like PGR.
Well, Blur 2 was quite far ahead.
Apparently
when
so.
the
Yeah,
studio
so
got canned,
wasn't there? So anything like that, I'd be up for because I like. Well, that's alone. On my line, I don't like Forza. I think Forza's boring. It lacks any pizzazz. If you like it, that's cool. But PGR had pizzazz. It was fun. It was accessible. It's awesome. I want it back.
I just like the idea of it just being a box quote on the back, just saying pizzazz. That'd be amazing. I'd buy that game. Don't care what genre it is.
I hope it comes back.
Hey guys, this game's got pizzazz.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Forza's the bigger name, isn't it? Like, why would
it is a bigger name. But it's boring.
The thing about PGR, I'd be tempted to agree and say, yeah, it might be coming back if they didn't drop all the DLC for PGR4, like they completely removed PGR off of the Xbox Live Network.
Yeah, because
they haven't renewed the licenses for it. Basically, it's like
I do like Forza though. I didn't think I'd like Forza.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really boring, but then when I actually played it, I got really addicted to it, and I don't care about cars at all.
I get it. I don't know what it is for me. There's a disconnect there.
I know what you mean. It is a bit. Even though it's very enjoyable and addictive, it is a little bit shiny to the point of being almost soulless. I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very clean edges.
PGR was a little bit more dirty, a little roughy around the edge. I mean, I got so obsessed with PGR 3 when it obviously got my new Xbox 360. At one point, it only lasted about an hour, I was number 3rd in the world on What was it? I think it was... what was the track? I can't remember the track. One of the tracks in a Lamborghini Murcielago. I was the third fastest time in the world. Because I was so obsessed with it. I used to love it that much. And an hour times, I think it was about 300th or something. But still... That's impressive. That's addictive, man.
That is addictive.
That's awesome.
You've got a problem.
I don't massively. But still, bring it back.
It was a launch title for the last two, so...
Exactly.
Do you think they will have a minute of silence for Zune?
Is Zune dead? Is it officially dead? Or is it...
Well, I think... Probably. I must admit,
imagine they did that.
I actually own a Zune MP3 player. I'm probably one of the only people
you are him.
in the UK.
Yeah.
One of the Zune HDs. I imported it from America.
Was it good?
You know what? It's a fucking lovely bit of gear.
Is it really?
It was probably the last MP3 player that ever got made.
Yeah.
Before iPods just became the rendered MP3 players completely obsolete. But it's I've still got it. It's a cracking MP3 player.
Maybe they will.
It feels like they've been trying to push Zune as their media thing for years, and I think they've just wised up and gone, let's just do Netflix.
Well, it's all Xbox Music and Xbox Video now, isn't it? It's all the Xbox brand.
They'll have the Master Chief on stage, he'll fire his gun 10 times in salute to Zune. And then
heavy set of headphones.
They'll have the minute silence, but people will shout rude things in it. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful.
Jerks, I know.
People
had a family, man.
Smart glass TV stuff.
Yes, surely now.
Surely
this is the time we've got to go big with this. You've teased it enough. Now it's time to go, right, here we go. Here's how it works.
Because I'm in two minds. I sort of half think they'll either go with it big, or I think that maybe it was just one of those things that they've maybe shown a lot and then actually kind of think, maybe. Can we be over there with that?
They are moving into the TV stuff, though, aren't they? They kind of blend that gameplay / episodic movie TV series thing, aren't they? They're doing something in...
Convergence.
Yeah, and they've got their whole English studio now devoted to that sort of stuff. So.
But if they go big with it, then, if you look at, competitors, they need a Wii U. Do it on your phone. Don't need a bit of fish.
Yeah, but imagine you're watching a TV show, Kevin Spacey's up there as a lawyer or some shit. You've got your iPad in front of you. It's like, next 5 minutes, he's going to have to make a decision about something. What do you want it to be? And you play out that scenario on your iPad, and then that...
it sounds like a lot of work.
I can see it happening.
What annoyed me about when they showed it off with Game of Thrones was it was like, so we can look at our iPad and it will tell us that John has gone north of the wall.
Yeah, that was shit.
And it's like, if you were fucking watching the TV show, instead of looking at your iPad, you would have known that. Yeah. It's quite a substantial thing to happen.
I like all the stuff we read about the actors and stuff, though.
Cool. It could be cool, but I don't think it'll be successful enough unless they put tons of money into it.
Can you imagine that? What other films did she get her tits out in?
Honestly, it's this one. Most, I'd say 9 out of 10's film I watch, I go, I know her. What's she from? Go on IMDb.
No, that's true.
So if I could do it on mine.
If it did pop up, that would be actually quite awesome.
Who's that? Who's that from? It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless, but I like the idea of it. So
pointless things are always good. Look at the internet.
Surface exclusive. And everyone will be like, I want a Surface. No one will say it.
I want a Surface.
Oh, shut up.
Right here. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. Dave has put me in my place.
I want a Surface Pro.
Yeah, those things are amazing.
Have you seen the advert? They all dance around everything.
It's got a full Adobe suite on it. Like, you can edit video and stuff.
That's 2 against 1.
I mean, I probably never use it, but my God, I want one. Next up, blatantly pre-recorded demo.
Surely the most obvious.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. It's always like, hey, look, what's this? This guy wants to give us a quest to walk into a field and kill. Okay, well, let's try and do that. It's like, wow, this has never happened before.
I do love him for it, though. It's like, my other favourite thing about that is when... please welcome Danny, who's going to be driving the game.
Yeah.
Driving the game? You play a game. No one drives a game. I hate that term.
I've spent weeks pretending to play this section of the game.
I hate that. And in fact, I would like to start a campaign today to get rid of the word driving. And this is a game about driving, and he's referring to the car. No one drives a game. Doesn't happen. Rubbish.
It is rubbish. I'm with you on that one. I'll stand behind you holding a placard.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Next up, Fable 4. Fable harder.
Right.
I guess what Lionhead doing? Nothing, right?
They're doing an MMO.
Cool.
Doing a Fable MMO.
Is that true? Is that confirmed?
Pretty much.
Really?
But nobody wants that.
Who confirmed that?
They're definitely doing an MMO. Whether it's Fable or not, I don't know. But
is it for Xbox?
I assume it's Xbox. It's going to be PC.
But Xbox don't like MMOs, do they?
Well, times are going to change there, aren't they? I mean, I think they haven't had the infrastructure for it or the interest, but I think that they've got to next. I mean, obviously,
E3.
Destiny is a fucking MMO, basically, isn't it? So,
I just want Fable 4. I don't want any MMO shit.
Well, what makes me interested about Fable is I wonder if Fable games will be better or worse without Molyneux. Because I almost wonder...
Less ambitious, probably.
If they might actually just be... Because the problem is their ambition has always been their problem in a way. They've always tried to be innovative. Big problem with 3 was they changed everything. When actually the stuff that didn't need to get changed got changed.
Did he have that much to do with 3?
I
was
don't
that
know.
almost Microsoft driving that? Like we needed to be a specific
But I get
way?
the impression that he was such a big name that he'd probably just pop in and go, "Oh, we need to do this," and then he'd walk out and leave them for 6 months.
It's just the idea that he left straight after Fable 3. It's got me thinking like...
And I mean, Fable Heroes was just dick on a plate.
Well, yeah.
So...
What about the arcade game?
It looked so cool as well. The art style and it was
so boring.
But the game was
That was an
terrible.
aside, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was nothing. Like, it was just
I love my housemate who doesn't really play many games, but he's so sharp with them. We were playing co-op. I'm like, we got to play this. It'll be great fun because we both like Fable 2. And after about 20 minutes, he was like, "This is terrible." And I was just like, "Yeah, you're right. It is." Like,
the original Fable is still my favourite, just in terms
class.
of because it didn't really live up to the idea, but it almost did, and it was enough.
Yeah, it got you thinking. Oh man, imagine what they're going to do with the next
Exactly.
one.
Fable 2 was pretty magical for me as well.
I did like it as well, but the original Fable was just... It's the reason I bought an Xbox, was for Fable. It's amazing.
We've also got next Milo, Teens Gone Wild.
It's been that long, hasn't it?
Been that long.
He would be reaching pubescent now.
It's going to be... so I reckon we won't see a lot of that for obvious reasons, but we might see a bit of it.
He's gone wild.
Athletes prancing about.
Yeah.
I think they'll say that for E3.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
But
For Connect Sports 2.
exactly.
Have they already done Connect Sports 2?
3 would be 3. They've done 2 now.
They can't do
They
3.
threw in darts with the second one, so now they're throwing bowls.
They won't
or
call it
something.
Connect Sports 3. They'll call it Connect Sports Connect Harder or something.
Xbox Sports. But they don't need to call it Connect anymore, will they, if it's built in? Be
Sports.
Like Xbox Sports.
They'll just call it Sports.
X Sports.
Exports. And for 1998, they definitely do that.
Yeah. Blu-ray.
Surely.
Yay or nay?
We have
They
to,
got to,
'cause
haven't
It's got to be.
it's the first time Sony actually managed to make their own little...
They'll hate it. Imagine that, selling every Xbox they have to put a licensing fee to Sony.
Well, that's true, but they don't care.
Do you reckon they'll bother with the high capacity discs for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If these
I think
games
they
are as
will.
big as
I
people
suppose
say...
they are
I mean,
gonna
Blu-ray
be,
has
aren't they?
become... It wasn't like Betamax where everyone went, fuck that. HD DVD died, Sony survived, therefore now you just have to... I don't think they'll mind that much because they can still sit there and laugh as Sony's...
But I wonder how big
video game
Blu-ray
division
is
shits music out.
as a business.
Unless they have a proprietary...
Because I've never bought a Blu-ray thing. I've got a Blu-ray drive on my computer, but I never
Bought
use
a
it.
few. I know some people are prolific with it, aren't they? But
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, what else would they use? I mean, they make their own
proprietary
discs.
tech. I don't know, because...
Cartridges.
I mean, they've got the videos covered with the streaming, the HD videos sorted, so they can push Xbox video.
Maybe they
there.
won't then.
I just wonder, is it a big deal having like a game on 4 discs? Because I mean...
I think it will be.
Yeah? Because I
Give it-
haven't had a problem with this gen.
I haven't, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, if they did that with what was like Lost Odyssey, wasn't that like 4 discs?
That was 4 discs.
Like, what? As these games get better and better,
It would have to be almost every game
It's
as
gonna
well.
get a bit ridiculous,
If doing that
isn't
from
it?
launch.
If
I
there's a
don't know if
Blu-ray drive in it, though, you're then directly competing with Sony because
That's what
people
I mean.
will
I
go,
wouldn't be
"Oh, I
surprised
can
if
play my films on it as well." So
That's true, actually.
oh yeah, because
Yeah,
got a
no,
library
you're
now,
probably
I guess.
right. It probably will be a case of just stopping people from buying a PS4 by
Yeah.
being a... I'd love it if Sony went, well, you can't use it.
can you
I was
imagine?
actually... Oh, where'd you get that Blu-ray from? That's mine, actually. Give it back. Give it back. Oh, no, please. I want to have a go. Give it back.
I don't know where this conversation is happening, but I'd love to be there.
It's in my head somewhere. A keynote from Molyneux.
Did anyone see the game trailer he put up? I think either last week or the week before. Peter Molyneux.
I love him.
You have to watch it. It's supposed to be some game, but it's about a man and he's in it. He wants to go to space in a tree, and the other guy goes, "But we can. It's a game." And it fades out. When it fades back in, they're just flying through space in a tree, and they all speak in their own language. I'll send it to you all.
That sounds lovely.
I'll put it somewhere. I don't know how on video games, so everyone can just go and see. I was in tears of laughter.
Peter
It's
Molyneux
hilarious.
is sort of like...
He's amazing.
He's a shining light for games.
He's
Wouldn't
absolute
they have to have
genius.
him behind a screen though? He hasn't revealed who he is. Or she
No,
is.
we know who it is, but
right,
no,
okay.
it wouldn't. Yeah, it would have to be somebody controlling a puppet of Peter Molyneux. 'Cause
I
that's the
don't
only
know
way
who
it
it
works.
is. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I can't remember the name exactly, but it's a guy.
Some guy. It's no one like of note. No
well,
offense to him.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's somebody who I recognise off Roomuk from the Forum
Right,
days.
okay.
So it's somebody
Wow,
who's quite
that's
known in the
amazing.
community.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, he was outed, or he outed himself. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I love Molyneux. Next up, Gears of War.
I think if not Halo, then you can do yes. I'll say yes.
Just a big picture of Marcus and his face.
But can they do Marcus? I mean, that story's over.
I don't know. I don't give a shit
Well,
really.
he did Judgment.
I love Gears of War. I fucking.
I'd never
love
get. I'd
Gears.
never tell.
Gears of War.
I can imagine you at Comic-Con with a like, being like,
you know, there was that whole thing about everyone. You know, originally they were supposed to be these kind of like almost Sam Fisher characters, and they made everyone. That's well crap. I was like, yes, make them bigger, make them a bit massive. I love all the dude bro stuff. I don't care. I think it's hilarious.
I do love it.
Cracks me up.
But I mean, would Epic want to do another one? I think they're kind of.
Cliffy B's gone now, isn't it? So maybe there's. I mean, Cliffy's gone.
I'll tell you what we'll
Rod
probably see.
Ferguson's
Actually,
gone, the other dude's gone.
I'll tell you what we'll probably see. I forgot to put on this.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
which is a cool. Looks kind of. I mean, it's Minecraft, but it looks cool.
Minecraft with guns.
Should we scribble that out and just write that?
Nah, we'll leave it. It's nice to admit our mistakes.
I want Gears of War 4 there. Like, Judgment was okay, but it wasn't what I wanted. I mean, Microsoft surely have more control over Epic now because all the kind of personalities have gone. So surely they can just sort of
I'd love it if they made a Gears of War game, right, that was a bit more open world, right, and that you actually could get the vehicles and travel like Battlefield style stuff, and actually have that sense of like them emerging and taking towns and actually having to like feel like you're actually part of the war against the Locusts. That would be well cool. I don't know
what they'll do because they killed the Locusts off. Spoiler.
No, but but
they do that every game, don't they?
They always find a way to get.
It'll be a precursor. It could be called Locust Wars. And all right, so maybe I shouldn't have a job doing names for things, but you get the point.
But see, Judgment kind of went back in time, so they can't really do that again.
Oh, of course they can.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Time is forever.
You're right.
Oh, maybe they'll do a Mass Effect one like that. Oh, I just want more Mass Effect. Okay, here's one that's definitely going to happen. Definitely. Don Matrix has a nice jacket.
He does.
It's going to happen.
He may even take it off halfway through, yeah.
He might.
And he'll start clapping for hours as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, everyone look at new Xbox. Hey, clap. Yeah.
I like Don Matrix. He's all right.
He's a bit like Tom Cruise, isn't he?
He is a bit like Tom Cruise. Like old Tom Cruise, yeah. I think he's younger than Tom Cruise.
Is he?
Yeah, don't know what to say about it, Dom. Just insulted you massively.
But he will take his jacket off to reveal his Cortana tattoo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Clapping.
Next up, adverts.
I don't know what you mean by this. Do you mean like in the conference?
I just mean that, like, I'm just convinced that the whole thing is just going to be adverts.
You mean like, so now we're going to have a sponsorship?
Here's the new dashboard.
Yeah, right, okay,
I mean, I don't know if they'll show it in the conference, but I get the impression that for a while they've been treating the updates on the Xbox as just every time they've updated the Xbox dashboard, it's just like, hey guys, we've worked out a way of putting even more adverts on it.
Yeah.
And I think that was the point, going back to what we were talking earlier, that I started to think about the fact that I was paying 40 quid a month and just thinking, fuck off. Like, I'm paying 40 quid a month so I can connect this to the internet.
Yeah, most people get rid of the adverts.
And as soon as you plug it into the internet,
I thought that as well, but then
you're just getting adverts.
But when you subscribe to Sky, you get adverts all the time on Sky.
Yeah, but Sky is mental. Anyone who's paying 100 quid a month to watch films is nuts the whole time.
Maybe. But
it does work. I see what you mean. Like, if you're going to compete, that's who they're competing with, isn't it? They compete with entertainment. So therefore, if they're doing it, everyone at Microsoft goes, well, we do it then.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
It just starts to grate on me the way that it was a proper feature creep, where it started just being like some pictures, and then it was like the film trailers would start playing in the background and noise would start playing.
Can we do a video of the... It probably already exists, the evolution of the dashboard. Not just for me. I would like to see it from what they call the blades.
The blades are amazing.
Through to what we love.
Okay. When they show the new, when they show what the new one is, we'll do one.
I don't know if anyone would watch it. I would watch that video because I had such nice memories of the blades. Even though I'm sure if you go back now, they would just be horrendous and just the worst idea.
My favourite was the first thing after the blades when they first.
I remember that.
Was that an XE?
I think so. Yeah. When they first made it look a bit like modular.
Is that the one with the square?
And it scrolled upwards? Is that what
you
mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No? It was nice. It was simple.
I would like it. Is that
scrolled up once, go to Marketplace, and then along to see the latest stuff?
Yeah.
This could be the worst idea ever. I think I would like a video of the evolution of the dashboard.
It might be hard to find footage of it, but we'll do what we can.
There are some rumours that it might have some kind of Windows 8-esque.
No, nothing to do with Windows 8. Not Windows 8.
You struggle with that.
I hate every dash. I stare at it going, what's this done this for?
Well, the new dashboard is kind of Metroid 8.
Yeah, but I can control that with a stick.
I love the fact that before you arrived, Simon, there was a period for about a week where we had these new machines, and I had the option to upgrade to a new machine. And I was like, oh, I might have one of these new PCs. And then someone said, oh yeah, they've got Windows 8 on them. I'm like, actually, no, I'll keep away from that.
I had to ask someone how to turn it off. That is not good.
How do I make it stop?
Where's the start button?
I want to go home.
No, that was awful. I was depressed that night. It was a bad day.
Oh, next up, this is another one of mine just for fantasy. I mean, it could be lots of things, but I'd really like to see Dead Rising 3.
I think you're right again. I think you're right for two reasons. One, everyone loves zombie games.
Zombie games are cool.
Zombies, they are zombies.
And Dead Rising does scratch a proper itch for hardcore,
And also, what's Dead Rising's big thing? Look how many people we can get on screen.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to push your... Imagine they show something mental, like here's Frank, whatever, he's walking through the thing, and right now... There are 10,000 zombies on screen. People talk about that for weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks. They'll go nuts about it. So
and here's a monster truck crashing into all of them.
And they've been doing it for years. Clearly, they've been working on Dead Rising 3 for years.
Yeah, I think so. That's why they bought Blue Castle, right?
Yeah,
to help them out with it.
So, I really hope they do. Because Dead Rising was a big one for me. It was one of the first Xbox 360 games I played.
And that was an exclusive originally, right? The first one was...
I think it was, yeah.
Dead Rising 2 wasn't, was it? But
no, the first one was. I mean, I didn't like the first one because I didn't like that whole you have to restart thing.
I loved it.
But I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it should definitely... I don't think they should have changed it because it made that game unique, but I just thought not really for me.
Yeah.
But the big thing was... I mean, how many zombies could you have on screen the first one?
No idea.
Imagine 10 times, 20 times that amount. 100 times that amount. People go nuts for that stuff.
Imagine as many zombies as you can in your head. Double it.
That's what they did with Cameo as well, wasn't it? Remember that? Like on your on the battlefield, they had all those trolls or whatever.
Cameo.
It's like they got like 300 trolls.
I did almost put Cameo 2, Cameo Harder on here, but I didn't have room.
Did make Cameo?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Those absolute muppets.
They had 2 launch.
Who made Perfect Dark Zero then?
Rare. They had 2 launch games.
Don't know what happened to those guys, man. Something went wrong.
And then they did Viva Pinata. That's weird.
Viva Pinata.
What a weird run of games that is.
I might write a song about Viva Pinata one day. Pick up the acoustic guitar. Oh, Viva Pinata. You're actually quite dark and unpleasant game. The Xbox tent is either going to collapse or combust.
I love it. It made me get like really bad weather.
I didn't have enough room to write it in the box, but this would involve everybody dying. Yeah. So...
I don't want that to happen.
Well, no, I don't want it to happen. I'm just predicting it might. If it does happen, I'll be very sad as I mark it off on my bingo card.
Somebody may knock on our door. We'd like to speak to Matt Lees, please.
I will wipe a tear from my eye while I think of the thousands dead, and then I will mark it off my thing and say, bingo!
I don't think they're getting 1,000 people into that.
The duality of man. Look, honestly, you've got to take the rough with the smooth. But no, do you not think that's going to happen?
I don't want to. You never know. Worse things have happened, so who knows?
I'm not going to say I'm sure it's going to happen because that, as you say, might implicate me with the FBI.
Indeed. I hope it doesn't, but I would never write off anything.
But if it does, then somebody might get a line because I think actually the vertical line there.
That's true. Yeah, you get a line.
It's looking pretty strong. Milo
Yes,
gone wild.
Really is.
So don't be pleased if it happens.
He's gone wild.
Yeah, right. That might not happen. They will announce a price, and it will be less than £300.
No way.
No way.
Don't see it.
$399.
No way.
Not $399.
No.
Not a chance.
What do you mean?
I
$349.
Slightly higher than 300. I'm going 329 to 349.
$349 minimum.
I'm going to say $299.
Really?
Really? $299?
Well,
Mate,
what were the old
I could go and
ones?
buy like my PC is like top of the morning,
Yeah.
top of the scale, and that cost me like $450, and that was a year ago.
Yeah, but Microsoft don't think like that.
But my PC is already better than what the Xbox will be.
I'm going $349. In fact, my actual prediction is £349.
That's fair enough, actually. I reckon
Do
between.
you think there'll be multiple SKUs?
Yes, because Microsoft love that.
Yeah, but how well did that work out for them?
Not very. They'll do it anyway.
Yeah, I suppose
But
so.
it worked out for me because I remember I went to get one and they were out of premiums, but there was a core. So that was fine. I just bought the hard drive with it. But I bought all the shit with it. I didn't care. I'd much rather that than not having to not have
Shit
got
disc
it.
tray, didn't it? Shitty plastic disc
But
tray.
if they do
fine.
multiple SKUs, I think that people might get annoyed if there's one that doesn't have that one. Because people will want one without Connect, I think, if it is built in. But I think if they do that, if they don't put their chips in and say, everyone
they've got to
has,
be ballsy with
that would be a real mistake, I think.
Definitely. All of them have to have Connect.
It would just be a
otherwise
hard
it's a waste
drive,
of
I
time.
think. Hard drive difference.
But the thing with that is that's really annoying because I remember having a point where my hard drive failed and I had to go and spend like 80 quid on a 40
it's
gig
when
hard
they
drive.
had those mental prices,
And you're
didn't
like,
they?
are you insane? I can buy a 40 gig hard drive for like a £5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what annoys me when the different SKUs, where it's like, an extra 100 quid. Because the price of data now is so small.
Yeah.
And what annoys me most is those hard drives weren't even reliable. I've had a couple of those fail on me.
Oh, they were terrible.
And it's like, why am I spending 100 quid on something that's going to break?
No, yeah, that's
Yikes.
cheap. Cheaper accessories, that will never happen.
Yeah, never. Less than Jake. So you got less than £300.
Don't see that either.
Less than Jake.
I think we've
Too
got more
optimistic.
chance of real big fish being there. but
More
you
than a
never know.
feeling.
Is that... Actually,
You can tell this is getting towards the end of the card.
I can imagine some kind of montage where More Than a Feeling plays.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going yes for that
When
one.
I see the old games I used to play.
Exactly. And there'll be some... It'll start with the... you know what? It'll start with a montage with the original Xbox and More Than a Feeling over the top. If that happens, I'm quitting this job
Yes.
and laying down for 70 years until I pass away, and people will still say, that man nailed it.
I will go on record now and say that if Boston come on stage and play More Than a Feeling during the conference, I will get my knob out for the duration of the conference.
Just wave it around.
I will. I wave it around like people do with phones at conferences.
Right, okay.
At concerts.
Yep.
I mean, I won't do that on camera or anything. I'll just do it in my own house.
Yeah.
But I will be doing it. So
All right,
just
good
bear
to
that in
know.
mind.
Good to know.
Cloudy gaming.
Definitely.
Gaming with clouds.
Be so cloudy.
People love cloudy gaming.
It's going to be so many clouds you're not going to see.
And hopefully it will work this time. Mine doesn't really work at the moment. So
yeah, it's a
working cloudy gaming.
Yeah, it's quite cool. At the moment, cloud saves only seem to really be useful if you work in the games industry, because it means you can play your Xbox game at home and then carry on at work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone else outside. I'd be interested to know if anyone finds it useful. Actually, I find it invaluable. But
yes, I agree.
Professionally, I don't know why anyone.
Thanks for that, Microsoft. Appreciate that.
Cheers, babes.
Helping out the little guys.
I love you. Last but most certainly not least, I think we've all been thinking about this for a long time, but I think we're going to see the return of Clippy the paperclip.
Is this the guy with "it seems like you're writing a letter"?
Yes.
Right. Like, is his name actually Clippy? Or
looks like you're writing your CV.
That's right.
Can I help with that?
Sam, you've been struggling with Windows 8. You needed this guy.
I did.
Yeah.
Need Clippy
Could have helped you with everything.
Looks like you're using Windows 8.
Video
like
from
turn
years
the PC
ago
off.
when it was that guy sat at his desk with the man dressed up as a paperclip and he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's still a funny video. I enjoyed that video.
But I think it looks like you're trying to play a game. Want some help with that?
I was playing Donkey Kong. I was playing Donkey Kong Returns 3D the other day. The review, which will be going up today late. Cheers, world. And that has obviously the whole Nintendo. Oh, you seem to suck. Do you want to see a walkthrough of the level?
I'm
not going to lie. It made me so angry at some points that game. I didn't do it, but I did think, I don't hate the fact that it's there. Because if I did get really angry with it, I could just, get past that bit and carry on playing. So it was at that point where I was like, this is too hard. I didn't hate it. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I didn't hate it. I don't want Clippy the paperclip, though, for the record. I don't want... It seems like you're playing a game. I don't want
him he's never been rendered in full 3D. That's the thing. I think people don't think they're excited about Clippy the paperclip coming back, but people have only ever seen him in 2D, in like VGA resolutions as well. Like, I think if we get him in full HD...
He could be the mascot for Kinect.
Yeah, he could be like the interface for it. He could be the person who talks to you.
Hey! Yeah, they'll completely get rid of the dashboard. You'll just switch it on. It'll be Clippy going, what do you want to do? And you go, I'd like to play a game. What kind of game do you want to play?
Seems like you want to play a game.
Hey, I've brought some of your friends along so you can play with them.
No.
And then you end up just smashing everything in your house and being detained by the police.
We should make an iOS game where you just beat the crap out of Clippy the paperclip. Is his name actually Clippy? Is that
Clippy the paperclip?
Yeah, good. I don't think that theme tune ever kicked
I
off.
don't think that's going to take off.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for our incredible game of Xbox Bingos.
Imagine, just for 1 second, just take a second and imagine that all of these come true. And we get every single one. What a great conference we'd be in for. I can't wait for Milo Teens Gone Wild. That's my most...
It's going to be raw, dude.
Dogs, everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've heard that people are going to have to sign a digital disclaimer waiver before they can see that section of the conference.
Amazing.
Teens Gone Wild with Milo. But of course, we all know the truth about Milo, the reason it never came out. He was a real digital boy, a real AI they carefully constructed. He fell down the stairs and died. And they couldn't recreate him. They tried to recreate him, but it was just a glitch in the system.
It's a shame.
It's very sad.
I rest
shouldn't
in peace,
joke about it, really. No. But that's the end of our Xbox Bingo. Thank you very much for joining us. And obviously, after the whole thing has happened tomorrow, you've got to come back, because obviously it's happening on Tuesday evening. We will be live streaming it.
We will.
And we will have a live chat thing, so you can come along and have some pro banter
Should be from about 5:30.
From about 5:30. So come along to the website, VideoGamer.com.
I'm going to try and be on it. I'm going to be at a little thing the UK are doing. I'm going to try and sort of join the chat from wherever I go, and then I can tell you what's happening at the UK thing as well.
Well, we'll be around. Yeah. Some of us will be around. And we will also, obviously on the Wednesday, the day afterwards, after the ash clouds have settled, we'll get the fallout, and we will have another podcast. That's right, 2 podcasts in 1 week.
Unbelievable.
But it'll be a special about all of the Xbox stuff, and we'll be amazed that all of these came true.
Look at all these things we got wrong.
Yeah, we'll probably got most of it wrong, but we'll be talking about that. And obviously, those of you who were fans of the original kind of PS4 announcement abridged video, we will have an Xbox announcement abridged video, which will hopefully be amusing. But yeah, once ever, thanks for joining us.
Laugh guaranteed.
And do come back on Wednesday for more. I've been joined by Dave Scammell. Goodbye. Chris Spratt.
See you later.
Simon Miller.
Adios.
And I'm Matt Lees. Goodbye.